All right, welcome everybody. How you guys all doing out there today? It's like Captain's Log, Star Date, Coronavirus, Lockdown, Day 275. I've actually I found out that I do have a bunch of mismatched socks, and I've been searching through old pairs of pajamas because my pajamas have now become my daily uniform. Just want to give you guys a heads up that today I literally did not take my pajamas off until like 8 o'clock at night, and it could have been later. It could have been like 9:30, right? So I just want you to know it's been rough. Okay, it's been rough. It's been a rough day. A bunch of good news though came out. We just showed a couple charts and everybody some really good charts showing the infection rates and kind of globally in all the different countries all over the world. A lot of good things. A lot of this, once again, I'm going to say this again, is because of the quarantines and the mandatory lockdowns and social distancing. So we do see a lot of apexes being hit by countries all over the world. That's a great thing. I do have friends. Listen, I got friends all over the world. I've been talking to people in China, Thailand. Oh my God, two buddies over in Spain. I got a buddy in India. I mean, two guys in Africa. I got a buddy of mine lives in Congo. Jesus Lord. So what they did is so he's Indian, lives in Congo, they're actually from Congo, born there, Indians, and their compound, they live in this big like a kind of a neighborhood, like a suburb kind of a thing, where all the expats live. Dude, the Congolese army came in and and the police, and they just locked the whole neighborhood down because what was happening is these foreigners were flying in from Europe and bringing the coronavirus with them from European countries. So they were like, dude, you're bringing this shit in. They just locked all the expats down. So any expats that come in, they're just locking them all down. It's really crazy. Like some countries, the Philippines, wow, the Philippines, man, they're just, dude, I love that president. That guy I get a kick out of that dude, right? That guy's awesome. But a lot of these countries are going to be absolutely devastated all over the world, especially economies that are really, really reliant on tourism. Like Thailand, I lived in Thailand for a year. Dude, I'm telling you, Thailand is just getting absolutely devastated, and they rely heavily now on Chinese tourism right now. So they have, I would say that probably 60% of their tourists are probably Chinese. That come down on those junkets from China, and they just, dude, I'm telling you, I've been there. 70, 80 tour buses lined up, hundreds of Chinese getting off. They're walking up and down, taking pictures, and just being crazy Chinese people. And dude, like Thailand just cut all of them straight off. The numbers, I think they average about 40 million. I think they average about 40 million tourists a year, and I think they're expecting it to cut back this year to like 3 million or 8 million or 5 million. It's just like, so what's OJ, what's going OJJ must be from, dude, I was there in Thailand during the tsunami. I've been in Thailand during one of the coups. I was in Bangkok, downtown Bangkok, during one of the coups. But man, they're just absolutely getting wrecked. So one thing you should do is look around the world at places that really heavily rely on tourism, and that late might be a lot of opportunity coming up in places like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they are going to get just wrecked from this, and I'm talking possibly not seeing a return to normality in some of these places until, I would even put it into mid 2021, right? Mid 2021, just because of, the ripple effects from this, depending on how long it lasts, could literally be until like mid 2021 till you get back to a sense of normality. You know, there's no reason that once we get some kind of a therapy, and that was another thing I was just showing people, once we get some kind of a therapy, we should be pretty good to go in a lot of different cases. Like I think, they're testing a lot of good drugs right now. They're getting a lot of good responses, and I think once all that comes, um, once all these therapies start coming down the line, that Respivar, Remdesivir. Oh my god, I'm gonna butcher the name. So yeah, so this damn drug right here, Remdesivir. So Remdesivir, they just did a study in Chicago. It went really, really well. They had like a high 90s percent of people who literally just boom gave it to them, came out of it like four days in, out, good. So that's great news to hear. So they're expanding a lot of these drugs. So that's good news for all of us all over the world. Number two, something really important. Listen, for all of you guys out there right now living with your significant others, one of the things I've done, I swear to God, I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm giving my wife, like the wifey, the boss of me, like this. These pieces of paper, I'm printing them out so that every night when I do hop into bed, that there's already a pre-printed excuse, so she doesn't have to think that I'm coming just for squishy time. It's going to be like, it'll just be on my side of the bed. It'll just be like, I have a headache, I have cramps, I'm bloated, I'm tired, and she can just put out a new one every day. You know what I'm saying? So it just makes that that attempt just cuts me off right there before I go in for the attempt. You know what I'm saying? It's going to definitely cut down on my failure rate. I feel that's, still going to keep that, that positive energy from not getting denied every single day from the lovin's. So if you guys are out there trapped with your significant others, just remember, just remember, oh Lord, just remember they're having to put up with your asses each and every day, all damn day long. Oh, whew, Lord, got to give it to the females out there for picking up after us and doing our laundry and taking care of us every single day. So, I know people are giving shout outs to the health workers. I think we should give shout outs to our significant others that are out there, right? Back to crypto, right? Back to crypto. Listen, here's what we're seeing. This chart pretty much tells it all. You see the red bands right here. You see the red bands, right? Here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to pull this all off. So as you can see the red bands that are right here, these all show that an incoming large move is about to happen, right? So these are like, look, every time, look, right? Look at this one, boom, right? Little one right there, boom. This one right here, and then look, it came right there, and then a big boom explosion, and then look right after it, the boom down. Same thing. Look at this one, just kind of out, big move, over, big move, and then here we are once again. We are on the precipice. We are close. A big move is coming. Now the other line you want to take a look at is this big green and pink line. So what this is this shows you the trend. Look at the bearish. This just shows you an exhaustion. Just goes up, gets exhausted, and then rolls over, right? Comes down, gets exhausted again. So what I'm watching is how deep this is. This baby is deep. This big move, like, it still has room to go. I'm not saying that it doesn't have room to go up, right? What I'm saying is this just kind of tells you that this is getting exhausted. Now, just because it comes down here, look, it came down here, doesn't move, it can't move sideways, right? And then you can get another big move out, right? But if I'm just letting you guys know, this is telling us there is going to be a really large move coming very soon, right? And I personally, I've been watching the halving. I've been buying little pieces of spot. I keep like adding spot with stop losses for the longs. Now, I still think we are going to get a spike. I still think we're going to get a little bit of a spike for it. I'm still looking for 9K for the halving. Still looking for 9K. What's pissing me off right now is this freaking gap that we have. This freaking gap. Oh my God, I want to just stab someone in the eye for this stupid freaking gap. Where's my damn gap chart? Gap chart. There it is. This damn gap right here. All right, so it's the weekend. The CME is closed. So we're clearly up and cleared out this goddamn gap, right? Like, we cleared out the gap. The gap did get cleared. Here you can see over there where the gap opened. We cleared the gap out over here. So what this means is we're definitely going to freaking range. I feel we're going to range for the rest of this weekend, which is really just have one more day to close out this weekly candle. Now, what I don't like is when I look at this big stacked weekly candle right here, I don't like this. Now, if this closes out down in the 6,900 range, 69 even, it can even be like 69.60. If we have a pullback that closes out tomorrow in the 6,900 range, it will give us a big bearish doji, right? So it'll give us the shooting star with a bearish doji at the top, right? And that's going to be a very bearish sign for me going forward, right? For this next following week, right? Now, I want to see at least some kind of a run to 9 grand for the halving, right? I want to see, but I'm only kind of doing spot until we get a breakout, until I see a confirmed trend breakout. Now, a breakout over this candle right here, this very bearish candle, would be a good confirmation of a breakout for me, right? Anything over 7,400, I'm going to be looking just to go to 9K. Okay, so I really want to see some kind of confirmation of a breakout. Now, if you look at our Gauss charts, so they're super important to us. Look at 3-day Gauss. We're on the positive side of this Gauss line right here on the 3-day. We're just nickered over the positive side of the weekly. So once again, getting over this positive side and closing on top of this for the weekly would be huge if we closed up here, right? It's going to be huge. It's going to be super bullish because it's going to turn that Gauss line into a support system, a very heavy support, because you're going to have the weekly and the 3-day all acting. And look at the daily, everything is right there in that 7K range, 7K to 70, 71 and change. So you're going to have a lot of support right there if we can hold this level right here, right? As for the Bollinger Bands, the same thing. The really critical one right now is the monthly Bollinger Band over here, right? We're popped up over this middle BB, right? We're popped up over the middle BB, seeing if we can hold that. Again, a very bearish indicator would be closing underneath this or getting back underneath this, all right? Now, yes, I have been saying over and over and over, I wanted to get down lower. I wanted this to correct lower before we went on the run. The issue is that every single day that goes by, it just makes that harder and harder and harder to do the closer we get to the halving. Okay, there's still a lot of bearish signals out there, a lot of bearish things that I'm seeing. One of the really bearish things I want to show you guys, let me find this chart right here, is this damn, look at the volume. This volume just makes me just not bullish, which is pissing me off, right? This close. I mean, look at the volume here on the daily trending down, volume on the 3-day trending down, volume on the weekly trending down, and we are going to possibly put in another bearish volume bar again tomorrow, right? So at the close, which really is perturbing because that pisses me off. It makes an easy trade very hard. This is one thing, guys. You don't have to always. You don't have to always be in a trade. You can just wait, right? Unless you're a really good trader, you guys can just wait. There's always going to be good trading opportunities, right? It's if you miss one today, take a couple days off. That's what, and me, I like scale back. I'm doing, if I don't like it, if I don't like where we're at, I'll just do a small trade. If I see a really good opportunity, I'll do a bigger trade, right? And, this particular place right here, this is really pissing me off because I want to short the living, but Jesus out of this freaking thing. I want to short this piece of crap down to 6,300, 62, 6,300, and then I want to turn around, see if I hold that support and we go long for the halving, right? Now, anything below 5,600 to me, any kind of crazy fallout, anything below 5,600 and I'm just going to be super, super disappointed. 53, 5,600 is the lowest I wanted to see a correction on this bad boy before we make that run, right? But it's just, we know that a run is coming. We know a run is coming with this chart right here, right? Just be ready for it, all right? So that's, here's my chart. This thing's been working out really well for the members. Listen, there's a ton of support right below us. A ton of support here. There's 69.50 is got a ton of support buried down there. We really, to get down below 69.50 is going to take, and I'll make this bigger, right? Heavy support, and it's really like 69.50-ish, right? There's a ton of support right down here at 69.50-ish, and breaking this right now is going to have us very bearish. I don't see us breaking this right now. I don't want to break this right now. I just want to play this range game. I want to play this ping pong, right? Ping pong, ping pong, ping pong until we get Monday open, close the CME gap out, drop down, take that long down here from somewhere down here, get this freaking long either from there or I wanted to go a little bit lower. Oh, no, this is, yeah, I want to get this down here. So I want to get down here and I want to long down here from this 56, 5,300. This would be the, I'm sorry, 60, this is 61 to 6,300. This would be prime long space for me for a 3,000 point run for the halving, right? I still want to see a correction for the halving before we have the run, right? That's simple, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I am the Vamp and I am out.